Okay. Hey guys, good morning. Happysplasher here. It is 10:30, 2021. Right now we're going to do some Dark Tower, some Divine Arena, and then some Journey. So let's get right into this. So we already actually bought all the Halloween packs, at least the big ones. They gave a second set of packs, which are okay, but we don't really need these units, and having 10,000 of a copy is pretty much all you need anyways. And money, a lot of gems, money for block. Lotrix is playing. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. Lotrix is going to be pretty good, top tier unit, and Blair is pretty good as a support unit. Helps out for most of the squads in any faction. Okay, so we're going to go first to the Dark Tower. Just going to make sure we have everything set up. Because I know I switch things from left to right in terms of. I switch a different Warlord for the Gold Mine, but then I also use a different Warlord for Dark Tower and League and Pit. So all right, so we have our Geisha pet ready, and let's go. So we have 3 attempts. We have 8 wins to get because each star is actually 2 wins, and so let's get it started. Dark Tower Trick of Treat. I don't know. Is that I know that's one of the codes, the promo codes. I don't think there's any particular Dark Tower theme or anything going on, but yeah, that's I know, right? All right, so let's take a look at their Warlord. So they block runes over here. They have the Rocker Boys here with the splash, and then also setting the health of our units to 1, win or loss. That I'm not quite sure what you're referring to. If you can give me a little more context, I can answer your question there. All right, so let us start off with. I think we're gonna go for pure stats. Just because we are starting first, we're going to start with our Kabas over here, and we're going to place it on the bottom row so that we can actually start building up our units from bottom to top. And that way, the most amount of tax can actually go by first before we get affected. Decent Stats has a Reflect skill over here, and we've actually reborn this multiple times, so that's why it's kind of off in the pretty large stats over here. Right, let's see what they got. It's more. Albas, yeah, he's so good. The only way that he gets bad is if he gets silenced, but we try not to let that happen. All right, so they have the Justy over here that gives miss to another one of our units. So because of how this skill actually works, so this block actually isn't going to be applied because the miss will be applied to it. So no extra block over here. We do want to get rid of this unit, but then we also need to be aware of the Rocker Boys here with the splash. So I think in order to actually keep going with, what do you call, tempo, rather, we're gonna summon this next turn once the Rocker Boys do come into play. We're gonna summon this unit here. This unit has, this unit here has spikes, and so when it gets attacked, it will deal damage. And hopefully we'll be able to mark this for damage in the next couple of turns. I almost wish for him. Yeah, he's he's like mid-tier just because of how he's vulnerable to silence, just like every other unit that's, I guess, not a female because of Yoster. But yeah, I mean, he's pretty good. He's pretty much, if he gets silence, he's just very, very hefty too. Right, so it means he got there. So we got this unit here that has large block, and we probably will do our summon. We want to mark this for damage. You're not going to destroy it directly right now. We got this unit here that actually gives metal shield to 2 of our units, so that some protection. We'll give it probably 1 more turn, and I don't know if they'll actually count for specifically the units that attack or just the units that can actually the units that can actually the buildings and whatnot. So let's see what happens. So, okay, so we gave to our vampire, so that's cool. Mark these for damage. All right. Next turn, we're going to do our destruction skill so that we can actually start attacking. As you can see, they are actually gaining health, and that's something that we don't want. Oh, we have an Yoster next turn as well, assuming that we can actually still stay alive from here. All right, so they summon the Rocker Boys. These are the ones with the splash, and actually the Divine Shield will help us out a little bit. Probably, like I said, we're probably going to summon Yoster. We might actually do our destruction skill next turn anyways. We do want to get rid of these. Damage. and this is fine. We do have the block still happening from our Kabas as well. So we're going to do our destruction skill now to get rid of the Justia at least, and then this attacker. And then we're going to follow it with the Yoster over here to actually silence this male unit that will get bleeding. Let's see if that actually deal damage. Just seeing what their silence stats are going to look like. So 107, and then this one is 61. We can still take the damage off of this, so that's actually not too bad. And so what we're going to do, we're just going to summon our Yoster over here. Clear this out. Okay, just survive this turn. Yeah, we do have the block that is given to our Warlord over here. So end of turn gives block to our Warlord. The previous turn we took roughly like 105 off of a 136. So should have at least 40 block. Hopefully they don't do too much damage to us. Next turn the Yoster will deal damage. So at the end of turn we've healed. Or at least healed our unit for a little bit. Okay, so we destroyed those, so that's good. Got the High Tinker here with the Mini Tesla X that will deal damage, but we will destroy it this turn. Just gonna follow with another good unit. We're gonna summon another female unit because it will actually help the boost for the plus health. And probably gonna summon it over here so that way we can actually draw units to attack the Kabas over here. Right, so it's still alive. That is okay. We have decent amount of health. We have health on our units. The Tinker also deals damage to nature units when it attacks, but at this point right now, our unit, as you can see here, it has 334 block, so should be all set there. Okay, good. We now have a clear field. We're going to continue on. We're going to summon another female unit. We'll summon the Justia over here. The Justia will start giving miss to another unit. Also gives our units an attack boost over here, and then also we'll get a health boost, and then that will combo with the Yoster over here as well. Probably just gonna some of these in some resources back. Wish I was this good. No, man, I mean, I've been playing this for about 3-4 years, so that's why. I mean, you just got to think about the strategy and the placement and just things that you'll notice. So we got this unit here that is immunity. It doesn't have a death trigger, so that's good. And we are pretty much close to lethal. We'll do our summons, and then we will. These are all range units, which we can't summon, so unfortunately they'll just attack. And there we go. We brought the pain to the pain. Hey, also first time viewer, welcome. Hope you enjoy it, learn a little something. Okay, so we got some epic, so that's good. Let's see what we get. Okay, we got some epic Cactusito, which is okay. I mean, it's never bad to have more of decent nature unit. All right, some more epics on the line. Let's keep going. Okay, I faced Elko before. This is usually a toss-up. They're not starting first, so that actually helps us out a lot. And let's see how we want to start this off. First caught my eye was the Mr. Flap over here. So Mr. Flap here has immunity, so it'll actually prevent him from being silenced or affected by other skills. And then also we'll give plus health to our units. We're going to start with breaking this building because this building here has the mental shield. Let's take a look at the ogre over here. So they have the silence, they have the heal, and the stones with the heal. And then they also have this pet here that gives plus health back to their warlord whenever a melee unit kills on their side. Like I said, we're gonna keep the Mr. Flap alive, and we're actually gonna place him in the middle row, so that way we can still get the health boost and then also get him protected. So we'll break the shield first, because we do want to get rid of this building because the metal shield is going to be an issue later on. And also Mr. Flap has this skill here that whenever it's attacked, it will set the health to the unit to 1. So in that case, we will be able to come back and destroy whatever unit comes. I caught your stream, seeing an empty Discord a little bit saying your stream, but I usually have school, but this one, oh yeah, hey, well, welcome. Where are you watching from? Especially since school. I mean, right now so I'm in the East Coast of the United States, and it is 10 a.m. right now. So I don't know where other people are usually watching from, so that's why it's a little tougher. But yeah, we'll see what we can do and help you out. All right, so we got this unit here, the Grace of Rockfleet, that will deal damage, and we do want to get rid of this now. This is actually one of the best units in the game. And so we have two options here. We have this unit that gives miss to a unit per turn. We also have this other unit that will freeze 2 of their ranged units. Probably going to think freeze is probably going to be a little better. This unit has decent stats. We can also put it behind the Mr. Flap as well. Oh, New Hampshire. Oh, cool. Yeah, dude, I go to New Hampshire every once in a while. Yeah, visit family and play some poker every now and then. So it's kind of nice. Yeah, okay. So we'll place the unit behind the Mr. Flap. Give it some protection. And then we'll freeze. Probably actually should have marked this for damage, but that is... yeah, it's okay. We do want to trigger the silence as soon as possible. So that is why we're going to... well, we need to find units that can actually threaten the silence. So that is why. Probably next turn, going to do the vampire and then hopefully mark the next unit that comes up for damage. In this case, they have this unit here that has Metal Shield and a large amount of block. So in this case, let's do our summon. And we do want to break the shield off of this, so that way we can actually stop the... we can actually deal the damage with the vampire here. So just trying to figure out what would make the most sense. I could give spikes. I mean, if we give all our units spikes anyways, that'll be pretty helpful. This unit here has Metal Shield, so we can stop some damage. Yeah, sure, why not? All right, so we'll do this. Got this unit that gives spikes to our units. Pretty small, but I mean, it's at least something. It may force silence. All right, so we mark their units for damage. You can see they are still healing, so that's also why we don't go for the Warlord while the Ogre is still healing, because we're just wasting our attacks. We want to make sure that we control the board and then also have resources in order on our side and also removing stuff on their side. So I think it's okay. If we do force a silence now, we can actually get around some of their other units for later. We also have a nice Mr. Flap coming up again, so that'll be kind of nice. Okay, the Grace, as you see, does the random damage, but we are surviving it because of the plus health boost from Mr. Flap. We're going to do instruction now to get rid of the Grace, so we'll do that. And then we can also summon a unit here to attack. Here as attack steals. It doesn't mean that we can actually get around the silence skill. We can, yeah, Mr. Flap, another Mr. Flap would be pretty beastly here. We're going to do the same strategy again. We're going to place it in the middle again. So that this way we have some options and then also defend. So this is, I think this is the first time I've had two Mr. Flaps on the field. Let's go for number 3. Okay, so we are a little behind in health. That is fine. We have our own Gleedy Pet that will give health back to our Warlord. We also, well, we can put them in a weird spot because if they do silence now, we're not going to lose too much because these units don't have a lot of good stats. But we do have the threats over there. All right, we need to get rid of now this unit here that has block and then also deals damage to units that are not order. So ideally, we'll summon a unit that can actually damage. Why do I place in the middle? I place in the middle so that way if we so it's still kind of in the front of other units, but at the same time, if I want to place a building in front of it, I can also use that to protect it. I can also use another melee to protect it. Also, there are some times where, say, like Vanna Curry comes in, it reflects damage. So if they have a unit that can attack for a lot, you can actually put a melee unit to actually block. Other thing too, you see this skill here that gives plus health to other units. So if you want to put another unit to actually protect, so there are certain skills that you do actually want to protect. Another example of this would be Goliath. That's one that whenever you summon a unit, you will deal damage to all of their units. And so that is why we do stuff like that. And you're not losing too much. I mean, the other option, I guess the other thing too is you can put more range units if you put the unit in the front. But if you do it this way, you can still place a melee unit anyways and then a range unit. It just leaves yourself some more options just in case something goes wrong. Also, it helps us balance out our it balances out our field a little bit more. A good example of this, so another thing too, so say for example, if you run into like a Shadow Shimuna, so say if a Shadow Shimuna was out in the first row and you summoned your melee right here, if you attack and then they use Shimuna to block, you don't have anything to actually counter, but if you put it say in the middle over here and then you have a Shimuna over here, you can actually counter with the Deadlord to transform it. Fiona would be nice. Yeah, I wish I had some decent removal right now. They did do their silence. They did do the stones. So now we just need to get rid of this unit over here. This is actually not too bad. So we got this unit here that deals damage to units around the area too. Like I said, we are going to give it some protection, and see if we can boost anything. These units aren't going to be that good, especially since we can't deal damage to this. Decent stats over here. Poison, see adjacent man 12. It does have a death trigger over here. Yeah, I think it's fine. We're going to have to deal for some more damage anyways. So we'll place this actually over here. Okay, thank you for explaining. Yeah, it's just it's stuff that you kind of notice after a while. It's more, there's more to this game than just summoning units and attacking. There's things about placement, there's things about skill timers. It's sort of like Magic the Gathering a little bit, but not really. All right, so got some damage over there, got some damage over there. All right, and of course they summon this unit here. So this unit, it deals damage to units that are not order, and they actually deal damage. It actually prevent us from summoning our units, because once we summon these units, they'll actually die. We'll have some damage to actually destroy this. We don't have any non-order units except for, well, this unit can actually take damage, so that's fine. So I guess the best we can do is actually just summon the unit with the health. And you see, we will take 220 damage, and the only way we can actually survive that is with the Mr. Flaps over here. Yes, this is getting pretty close. Usually we end up saving the destruction skill for early, but we really needed to take care of that Grace of Rock Fleet. Okay, so as you can see, they summon another order unit, of course. All right, got this unit. What does this do? It does, okay, it gives them Pierce. All right, let's see. What do we have here? We don't have too much. We have this over here. Could deal some damage. Could deal damage over here. Gotta find a way to block. We can gain some life. That actually wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, sure, why not? So we have this unit here that actually, whenever it attacks, it heals our Warlord for a little bit. We got to find a way to actually destroy these units, which we can't really do right now. We have this unit that can do some blockers, and then also deal some damage to other units, potentially destroying, let's see, 2. No, it'd still be too much. Yeah, we're going to try and see if we can actually save our health over here. So once again, we'll summon this in the middle row. Gain some health. The only good thing right now is that they're limited by how much damage they can deal, because of the, so all of their lanes, all the units, the entire lane is filled with units that can, they can't summon anything else. They have to give something like an attack boost or double attack or something like that. Ooh, we got a Mr. Flap. Will that be enough to save us? Oh, so they kill our Churnmore in one hit. Well, that's pretty close. Right, let's see. Do we have anything here? Could do that, could do that. Stop that there. 70. What's actually giving them negative attack? Okay, we could summon Mr. Flap. It would be blocking over here. We gotta find a way to destroy these. Kill. No, yeah, I think we're gonna be toast here. We've taken a little bit too much damage. Seeing if we have any other play. Yeah. It's because of the Mjolnir over here, the one that deals it. Seeing if we have anything else. Oh no. Oh, 70. Yeah, I guess we can. Yeah, we'll try and do this. Yeah, having not being able to summon is actually a big deal over here. So Necro is, oh well, no, the reason, if you summon Necro, your Rotters will actually die because of the skill that deals damage to our units. Okay, so we did summon the Mr. Flap, and we are still alive for some random reason. They could have just easily attacked us for lethal. I think they're just taunting us at this point. Sure. Fine. Okay. All right, well, guess we'll summon the unit over here, get some health. That over here. There. Yeah, we're going to take lethal anyways. Hopefully we can actually give miss to this somehow. Think we have anything? Could do that. It's unfortunate. So we'll at least gain some health back. And did we end up giving miss to this? We did. We did not. Okay, so yeah. So we're going to take lethal right here. That was unfortunate. We did end up summoning the 3 Mr. Flaps, but because we actually took damage from the Angelia a couple of times, we couldn't break through. They also had that Mjolnir. That was the one that stopped us from doing our summons. So yeah, that was pretty sad. Close, but yeah, what are you gonna do? All right, so we got another battle over here. Let us face Flarenicus. Flarenicus is kind of a toss-up. Usually, I said before, it's either win really big or really small. Let's take a look at their skills. So they have the damage to all of our units. We have the archers over here, and then plus attack to order. We want to summon units that can actually take damage, and so we have this over here. Actually, I think this one's gonna be kind of nice. Hey, thanks, Cam the man. Thanks for the follow. All right, so let us see here. We're gonna start with our this unit here. So it actually deals damage whenever it gets attacked, and then also has decent stats if it gets silenced. Also gives negative attack to order units. And they are most likely going to be using order anyways, so we'll do that. Summon this on the bottom row. And again, same strategy. Going to start keeping the bottom lanes covered first before heading up to the top. Okay, of course. Why didn't I summon Fiona in front of Angelia? I think I was too busy trying to actually protect the Mr. Flaps. I should have actually, yeah, I should have actually summoned it in front of Angelia. That was a mistake on my part. So they had, okay, so now they have the Dead Lord over here. Why don't I upgrade the Wolverine guy? The reason why is because I'm waiting for the high growth events to start. So the high growth event, it happens, I guess, like every month at this point. And that is the best time for you to level up your units. You'll get gems for reaching certain tiers for leveling up a certain amount of units. And so that is why we do that. So we summon this unit here that whenever it attacks, it will freeze one of their units. So in this case, we're actually going to freeze the Dead Lord that transformed our, what do you call? Our Chupacabras. I guess we could have also summoned our immune unit too, but I would rather just go for the big stats and try to go for attack early. If we wanted to go for a more balanced strategy, we would probably summon the Old God. So that is why, well, we tried to go for more offense. So we got this unit here that gives Mist to the line for turn. Got decent stats over here. Probably can go for a board wipe now. Here, we don't actually have enough strong units, so that is why we're actually going to hold off. Probably at least mark these for damage. So we'll do our summon at least. And then we'll wait a turn, have these marked for damage. We're also going to summon a unit with decent stats. So in this case, it's over here. It doesn't have a lot of good attack, but it has good defense. And we want to make sure also that we summon units that can actually take the 55 damage over here. So let's see. Combat. Summon this once again in the middle. And I'll summon it again. So the zombies that the Dead Lord also summons also poisons us for a small amount. Okay, we had our vampire deal damage at the end of the turn, so we'd actually destroy this unit. And then because it was a melee kill, it does count for the Prince Gleedy pet over here. Okay. Next turn, we're going to be doing our destruction to hopefully wipe out these units, assuming they don't get Metal Shield or get healed. Oof, what is this unit? This unit, it freezes a Chaos unit whenever it appears, and then also deals damage to frozen units at the end of the turn. We have ways to get rid of this. 60. Just wanted to do so. We have this Bastet here that actually can deal damage. So 180, 208. Oh, okay, that's actually enough to destroy that. So that's cool. So we will do our destruction skill to actually get rid of these wounded units. Then we'll also summon our Bastet over here. So when it comes into play, it deals damage to all units, and we'll kill one of our units. Actually kills 2 units, and then we'll deal some damage and destroy that. So that's cool. So we're in decent shape right now. Has has okay health, has okay attack, but then okay health too. We did end up using 2 of our skills, and they are still able to use their skills as well. Okay, nice. All right, so let's see. They got this unit here that when it comes into play, gives negative attack to all of our units, and whenever a unit comes into play, it gets plus health. So let's see. They'll actually put it at 220. We have this unit here that deals damage to a chaos unit. And then, so just enough math, and summon this unit, chaos damage. Okay, you can actually just go through instead. And actually, because I guess our skill went first, they don't get the plus health. So we could have actually placed our unit behind here for some protection. But that is fine. We just learned something new right in the stream. For those who are tuning in right now, we're currently doing Dark Tower, and we'll be doing Divine Arena very shortly. Well, I mean, assuming that rushed over here. So I got this unit here with decent health. Got the spikes, and then also gives negative attack. We have, let's see, we're going to summon our Grace of Rock to see if we can, so 16 damage over here. Yeah, I think that's looking fine. Yeah, we'll summon our Grace of Rock Fleet. This unit is poisoned though for some amount, so we'll survive. Summon it with decent stats. Okay, we'll deal some damage. And like I said, we're summoning it behind here for the protection over there. I would have done Tengu. I like Grace slightly better just because of her stats and also for the fact that we can give some attack boost, and then because they don't really have defensive skills for their Warlord, so we just want to pile in as much damage as we can. We got this unit here that steals attack and then also has extra attack, deals damage behind. We can do our summons that most likely will destroy this because each one deals 112. So we'll have some combat over here. So let's see, just doing some math. So combat, 300, 357. Can we go for lethal this turn? We cannot. Yeah, we're going to be off by like 200. So we're going to see if we can actually give some support to these units as well. Okay. Vampirism. This one and this one here. Yeah, we're gonna actually think about this here. If your stats like it's a frowny face. All right, we're gonna actually summon this unit here. It actually gets a slight attack boost and a slight health boost. I forgot that this is also order. We might actually have enough for lethal or somewhere close. Combat. Ugh. Okay, so we were off by 73. We're close though, very, very close. Okay, so they did their skill. That's fine. These units are gonna die anyways. So now it's just a matter of if we can deal that last 100-ish damage over here. And at this point now, we're trying to ignore their units because they're so close to lethal. So as long as they don't do their own grace or multiple summons and then deal 800, we should be all set. Okay. Oh, okay. Great. Okay. So this unit, when it comes into play, gives Metal Shield. We just got to summon something here. And no death triggers. And here we go. Awesome. Okay. So we got another win. So that's good. Let's see what we get. Okay. Some epic Deadlord. So that's always good. And it looks like now we have legendaries as our rewards. So that usually means that it's going to be much harder. But yeah, we'll see what we can do. Get work up. All right, I've never faced this guy before, but as you can see here, they already have decent health, much more health than us. They also have a pet over here that gives an attack boost pretty much whenever a unit is going to play on their side. Probably gonna have to. All right, so let's see here. So they already, you can see here, decent stats over here, pretty large health. We're gonna summon this unit. This unit here, when it comes into play, it deals damage to units in the line. We're actually not going to summon on the health rune because of the silent skill that is still out there. We'll just deal some damage that way. This unit also has Reborn, and because of that, we will be able to potentially get the damage off twice. Today we will have Journey also, right? Yes, we will. Assuming that we can get through these battles really quickly or lose really quickly, which we're obviously not going to do. Okay, so they did attack. They did have their skill that actually deals damage to another unit, so it's kind of weird how the Reborn triggers twice. So, because of all that, all right, so now we got this unit here with the decent health, a lot of other stuff, plus nature, and then also the... So you guys are having a good time here. All right, so we got this here over here. we got to make sure that we can control the board. We are going to end up losing our units anyways, so just got to make sure that we can, well, clear out something. So we'll summon this melee unit here. This melee unit can actually at least give us some health back. It can also give us some spikes as well, so we can actually start marking their units for damage if possible. And it can actually survive a hit as well, so that will be something. But most likely we're going to be losing this battle, unless we draw something really good. Okay, might be a little early to take the board back. We don't really have anything here, so this is like one of the times where we don't end up. Like I said, we're probably gonna end up losing, so we'll just do our destruction skill now, and maybe force them to do a silence, and then try to draw back some resources. Let's see here. See if we can actually get any other things on the board that won't be affected by silence. Nothing. Nothing. Okay, in terms of stats, it's going to be either one of these two or this one here. Probably going to go for more attack because their units are going to be bigger than ours anyways. If you do hear all fames, use all chaos. Arioch should be there. I do not do I don't do the Hall of Fame on the weekends, unfortunately. But I do those streams on Wednesdays. And so actually I will do all chaos on Wednesday. And, the videos will actually be on YouTube as well. Right, so we got this unit here that will set the attack of our units to 1 when they come into play. We have this unit here that can actually deal damage, deals 50%. And actually if we reborn this, man, if we reborn this and then actually had the damage actually be enough. But actually, no, this is actually enough to kill it. Just realize that. Because half of this is what, 90? So 90, oh yeah, okay. So we're summoning the Mighten over here. What comes into play? So again, we're going to summon it here in the middle. It deals 90. Over here. We actually destroy this over here. Yes, I will remember that. Do I have any? I don't have any pens or pencils or anything, but I will be doing that. Yes, my is the case. Right, so right now we also summon the Mighten because it has decent health. So if it does get silenced, it will have the 228. Okay, got this unit here that has pretty large stats. Also gives toxin to one of our units, so hopefully we can actually destroy this earlier. Damage. Got metal shields. Got this one here. Death heals. Probably gonna go for the more damage to this unit anyways. Yeah, so okay, so same thing. We'll summon this over here. Also, this Mighten gets an extra attack boost whenever a male unit comes into play. It does happen every once in a while, but normally you just use the Mighten to deal damage to the units. I promise you by the next, the next high growth, we're actually going to bring the Mighten up to close to 75 or 100% damage. And so it'll actually be back to the original way that the Mighten first came out. Mighten came out like 2 years ago. Okay, so they did their silent skill. Got this unit here that has the life palace in front of themselves, also removes negative effects at the end of turn and silences. See what we can do to actually get the board back. Got this unit here, got that over here. Okay. Got this unit that also refills damage. What is my favorite hero? Do buildings count? If buildings count, then my favorite hero is Totem. It's just ridiculously. I like units I control, honestly, and so that is why I like Totem a lot. So we summon this unit here that gives negative attack to their units and also plus health to our unit. I wish we can. If we had the next high growth, we're gonna level them up too. Otherwise, let's see, another good unit I like is who's no, I think. I guess Mr. Flap is pretty cool. I like him. Who is Kyochi? Oh, Koichi. Yeah. Koichi over here. All right, so this is one of the examples I was talking about. So just in case something like a big totem comes into play, we can actually summon a melee unit to actually block. Got this unit here that came into play, heals our units. Ugh. And then also metal shield. See what we can do in terms of damage and also blocking. Okay, so we're going to deal as much damage as we can to these units. because we need to get through to these stones. They do have the metal shield, so that's unfortunate, but we got to do as much damage as we can. See if we can actually deal here. Let's see. Unit here, that's attack. See here, flight over here, so we can actually at least stop that. I think this is fine. So this unit has flight, it has a little bit of evasion, so at least we can stop the damage from this unit first. Okay, go through there, get some health back off of the melee kill. And health right now really doesn't matter because if we can't get rid of their units, then they could have like 10,000 health and it still wouldn't matter. We need to be able to get the board back. So let's see now. Yep, I did do the dragon. Oh yeah, I forgot you, Pogo. There's still that lag going on over there. But I will do as much as we can in order to block. Yes, in front of Alex. Yep. Do you think Arioch and Scrap were good Wish Shop picks? I already have Charn, Grace, and Shimorna and Yoster. Arioch is okay. At higher levels, it gets really destructive because the bleeding can actually help you set up for a good board wipe. But people can play around that. Fortunately, though, it's against AI and not people, so that's why it's okay. It can also get silenced by Yoster, and so that kind of downgrades it in terms of actual usefulness. Right, let's see here. The Scrap is also very good. Scrap is decent. Same thing follows for Arioch as well. Scrap is good against pretty whack units. So let us see what we can do here. We could actually, if we somehow gave this extra attack. So we have this unit here that actually gives extra attack to 2 of our melee units, and then also gives bleeding, but the bleeding won't matter because of the Alexandria skill over here. Apollo is actually pretty nice. Could actually keep this unit alive. We're actually going to place it behind here to give this some protection. Yeah, sure. Why? Oof, okay. So yeah, they got this hoodoo over here that actually has this totem in front of themselves. Reflex damage also gives plus health to their melee units, and then also the totem itself will deal, what do you call? It will actually give plus attack to their units once they heal. That actually combos with the stones over here. Do strong pets help a lot in Dark Tower? Absolutely, they do. So their pet here actually gives an attack boost whenever a ranged unit kills. This actually combos with the Grace of Rockfleet. So if Grace of Rockfleet does kill something, other units will also get an attack boost. For us right now, it's actually keeping us alive because otherwise we would have taken a ton of extra damage already. So now we need to get rid of this unit here. This unit has invulnerability, so we can't run over it. Also gives the bleeding, so this is the Arioch that we're talking about. The archer for a chance of Chuokuishi hits. Yeah, that would have been fine. We need to keep our units alive somehow. Well, let us see. So much damage are we going to deal? So we deal 11 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. What is 11 times 11? It's 121. So it actually won't be enough to destroy this. Maybe if we can give this some boosts, might actually help out. Yeah, I'm going to try and give these guys some in-game boosts and see if we can deal some more damage. Yeah. All right, we're going to give these some in-game boosts. So boost. Okay. Oh, I see the timer's running out. One more. Oh, man, that's way too much. All right. Oh, I didn't even summon my unit. And now we're going to take lethal. So that was unfortunate. Ugh. So this is what happens if you don't have enough strong units. You can't make the plays that you're trying to make. You can do the in-game boost in order to actually boost your stats and then get around certain combat situations. So that one actually, if our Strik was strong enough, we could have dealt the splash damage to get rid of the what I call the Arioch and then also the Alexandria, and then we could have actually gone for lethal. That is unfortunate. We will do one more battle and hopefully get this done quickly so that we can head over to the next part, which is the arena. So another battle again. Got another ogre over here. And again, the same with the pets. We're going to start with our... Here, I got the metal shield, got the damage over here. We're going to start with our floss over here behind the building. We do want to break the metal shield. And then we'll also get a summon whenever our units attack. Okay, as you can see, our poison does allow us to destroy these units. And also, you see the poison over here, and at the end of turn gets plus. I never thought about boosting mid-fight. Yeah, I do that in cases where I don't want to spend. So we do have enough dust in order to actually go through the world events. The other alternative is, we could just lose and then spend gems, which we kind of don't want to do because gems are more important than dust. So that is why we do the boost. Yeah, the boosts are helpful if say you're off by say 5 or 10 attack, or you need to activate a skill or something. So that is why we do that. All right, so we got this Shaolin that has a large death trigger over here. It also gives plus attack and then immunity to silence. We'll try to deal as much damage as we can to the units, because we do need to get the board back. We'll summon the unit here with the metal shield. At least we can block. We'll have our summons again. And then we'll have some poison at the end of the turn, which is okay. Don't really have any good units right now. So one weakness of our particular collection is that we don't really level up the epics. And as you can see, every one of these units here are epics. So the old ones we did level up, but the new ones we pretty much just evolve all the extra copies for legendaries. So as a result, we're going to have some pretty decent legendaries, but just terrible epics. So like this one, for example, where we have it at level 1 and it's not going to help us. But we can potentially deal some damage. Let's see, we got this here, just decent stats. Deal some melee. One can silence a unit, but doesn't matter. What's this one here? Use spikes to use around themselves. Bad. Or get another blocker on the board. Wouldn't be terrible. Enemy appears, get them bleeding. Let me just see. I don't really use the epics too often. We'll summon this over here. Let's get another couple of more units on the board. This unit gives heal around itself, and then this unit actually gives spikes around it. Okay, so as you can see, our units are also getting a health boost too. The plant that comes out from the floss actually gives plus health to units around whenever, poison triggers. Okay, they did their silence skill, so now our floss doesn't have any more of its skills. Let's see, we still need to deal damage to this unit because it is pretty strong. Okay, we're still going to be taking some damage over here. We're going to do our summon to mark their units for damage for next turn. And then also, this unit's actually, we have Mr. Flap too, Shearshaw. Okay, yeah, we can go for Shearshaw. All right, yeah, so we'll summon the Shearshaw. The Shearshaw itself, it gets a health boost for units around it on enemy side, and then also gets an attack boost, and then also deals extra damage as well. Here. We're not going to put the Shearshaw in front of the Shaolin because one, the Shaolin, well, the unit behind the Shaolin could actually destroy it. And then two, we don't mind taking the damage because we would rather have resources available. And then on top of that, the destruction skill is going to take care of these units anyways. Oh. All right, so just more healing. Got this unit here that whenever it's attacked will actually heal their Warlord for some amount. So that is going to be unfortunate. Ooh. Oh boy. And ugh. Okay, I did not expect that Yorick come out and play. So Yorick dealt damage to units in the line, also gets an attack boost, and then Reborn. We have damage there, damage over there. Do our destruction skill. But we are still going to take lethal anyways. Are we going to take lethal anyways? I don't think they're going to blunder this. Okay, well, that was the Dark Tower. As you saw, we got 2 wins. It's not too bad over here. We're going to be finishing up the Dark Tower offline tomorrow, but we'll have the recording on YouTube for Monday. So we have 6 more wins that we have to get, and like I said, we're going to be doing offline. We did run into some pretty tough battles with the other warlords that we ran against, so sometimes matchmaking does do that. Also, some of our units are under-leveled for our battle. Okay, so now let us go to the Divine Arena. Dark Tower has been cruel lately. Yeah, I mean, it's been cruel for like a year and a half. So this is now the Divine Arena. We have a white shaman on the left side, and we have an Adam on the right. looking from the flavor text, we see that it says, oh, nature is gonna be doing some stuff, and then over here we'll have some speed up in our summons. All right, let us start on the white shaman side. Yeah, I need the high growth event. It's gonna be happening in 2 weeks, and I'm gonna be looking forward to that. Okay, so let's take a look at the Warlord skills first. They got the damage to all of our units. They have the range summons, and then also plus attack to order. Got a building over here. This one deals damage. This one deals spikes to our units, and then also plus health. Interesting. We are going to start with a unit with high health. We can actually kind of ignore this building for now. So we're going to place this unit with a high health in front of the building here. So that way we can actually give this building some protection that will give plus health to our units. And then also we can take the damage of the Warlord skill over here. I might need to get a second bottle of water during the stream, especially since we're going to be doing Journey. Okay, so they got this unit here that will give the, well, let's see, they'll have the extra summons whenever they kill something, and then also plus attack whenever a unit dies on their side, and then the mental shield whenever it breaks. We're going to continue on. Let's see here. We will do our spikes skill. Our spikes can actually deal some damage to this unit. And then we will also summon this unit. Well, when it comes into play, it gets an extra attack boost for every unit that's on our side. Also gives spikes to our units at the very beginning of the turn, which is, yeah, it's okay. So since we activated our spikes, we don't mind taking damage because this is the only way that the spikes skill can trigger. So we're going to keep our units in the same line if possible, so that way we can leave these spots open so that they can take spikes. Normally we would spread out the damage, but this unit is actually pretty low on health, and I think this unit is going to actually stick around for a little bit. Okay, they got this unit here that when it dies, it deals damage to a female unit on our side, so actually it will be this one here, so it will die. Let's see here, we do have spikes. This unit here that can... I forgot. It's just looking at this one. This one here. So this unit here, whenever it comes into play, it poisons units, and then also does poison trigger again. Excuse me. Why don't you add some more emotes and more stuff to spend the shards on? I will. I don't know what people are looking for to spend, because I don't really use people don't really use the emotes that often. So, I mean, I would love to have more stuff for people. I just don't know what they would like. So yeah, here, Jaboga, if you have any suggestions for emotes or things that you want to see or do anything like that, let me know. Send me a message in Discord, or send me a message in chat, whatever. And yeah, we can do some more stuff for you guys. Yeah, I think most of the emotes up there are the I think they're just the regular standard ones that when you first set up the stream. So that is why we just left those on. But yeah, like you said, if you have more ideas, we'll do that. So we got this unit here that has Mental Shield. It got broke because of these spikes, and then also has attack boost. We're going to do our totems now to block for some damage. And then these totems can also reflect damage, so that's good. We are going to continue and deal some more damage over here, especially since we have these totems to deal damage. We're going to summon this unit here. Probably spread out the damage. Yeah, that's fine. So we summon this ranged unit to deal some more damage. This unit also gives plus attack to our nature units, and then also gives negative attack to one of their units as well. That will actually help us out, because then this unit can't actually destroy the totem, at least until they do their damage skill over here. So they do their damage skill. Okay, the totem will be destroyed. We will need to summon something in order to block for damage because we don't have our spikes anymore. They did their summon, and this is actually okay because they can't summon anything else. They need to give an attack boost to their units and actually to deal lethal. Let's see what we can take. All right, so they did reflect some damage, so that's fine. We are pretty close to lethal right now. Can we actually destroy stuff? Damage. We got the Bastet over here that can actually deal damage. It comes into play with dealing 10 and then also deals 5 whenever our units are destroyed. Not quite enough to destroy that. Just damage over here. We'll summon our unit with the high health. This unit also has poison damage whenever one of their units attacks, and then whenever this dies, it'll actually heal our Warlord for some amount. Here, set up the board on the high health units, such icons, you say. Okay. Yeah, let me know specifically what kind of emotes that you would like, and I can start making them. I mean, they don't take too long to make. They're just like a couple of changes. Oh, we took lethal right there because of the prince. Okay, that is unfortunate. Our setup is still pretty good, so we'll try that again. The white shaman is actually pretty tough to do because they don't have direct ways of removal, so that is why we need to make sure we have the board set up. We'll try that again. Like I said, we will start with the units with the high health. Do that, and we'll actually place this in the middle. So that way, we can set up our units once again to have the melee unit to protect this unit that actually does the poison. As you can see, they do have a lot of summons available, so as long as we can actually stop them from dealing damage or take poison damage, we're going to be okay. Okay, so they have the prince here that has extra summons whenever they kill something, and then also has the summons behind. It is poison for a little bit, so that's good. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna do our spikes first to actually get rid of units. Also, the poison will take care of them anyways, but we want to make sure that we get rid of the prince. We'll place this over here. Gives our poison unit some protection. As you can see, we are dealing a lot of poison damage now. And then we're going to start building the bottom rows back up to the top. Always set up the board. Especially in these type of battles, since the squads are already pre-made, so you kind of have an idea of what they can and can't do. It's not like you're going to expect too many surprises. White Shaman, the worst skin, but it will get you, if you're lucky enough so far in Journey. Yes, it will. Especially since in Journey, there are some bosses that have very strong attacks. And so you can actually use the Reflect Totem against them very, very easily. All right, so we got the unit here. The Mental Shield, once again, it is going to be poisoned, so that's good. We're going to break the Mental Shield off. Summon the unit here with the hunt. You will need Hoodoo and Totem too. Yes, I don't have Hoodoo for either one of them. I don't have Hoodoo for the Sadboi count, but I do have it for this one, which I actually already completed the journey. Yeah, you can take a look at those battles on YouTube as well. So let's see, they got the here, got this unit here with evasion, and then also gives plus health to their melee units whenever we attack. Unit also gives plus attack to their females. Unit is poisoned, so we don't have to worry about that. We're going to continue summoning units with the high health, so summon this over here. Okay, we'll let the poison happen, and then because of the Queen Anata skill here, the poison will actually trigger twice to another unit over here. Okay, I think after this battle, I'm going to get some more water, so I will be right back right after this battle. It'll take like a minute or so. Maybe 2 minutes, because I need to do other stuff. Alright, so we got the unit here. The extra summons, as you can see, the archers around themselves. This unit is still poisoned, so that's fine. Just got to make sure that we don't take a ton of damage over here. We could actually wipe these out and deal some damage over here. It's fine. Damage over there, damage over poison. We do want to get rid of this unit with the evasion, although it doesn't really have that much attack, so I guess it's okay. I want to get rid of this first. So what we'll do is we'll summon our Bastet. We'll summon it over here to actually attack. When it comes into play, it deals damage to all their units, and then we can actually run this over, so that's good. So we got rid of their bigger tagger over here. And now we just need to ensure that we can, well, we need to make sure that we can actually go for lethal. We still have our totems, so that's good. Have they done? They haven't done any of their skills yet either. Okay, that's fine. Damage, damage, damage. All these units are poisoned. This is also poisoned for some amount. Why did the game just speed up? Okay, no, that's fine. So let us see. We have we'll summon another, ooh. Okay, so that is why, okay. So some things might be slowing down a little bit. We'll summon another unit here with the high health. This is gonna die from poison. This will die from poison, so that's good. Our melee unit will actually health. So here. So actually, let me do the math. So this one is gonna be attacking twice, so that's 30, 30, 642, 32. Okay, so this will actually be enough to destroy that. So we'll summon our melee unit over here. Plus health. Plus health. It's off by 1. I did the math wrong. I'm sad. Well, these units will be destroyed by poison next turn anyways, so not too concerned about that. Next turn, we're going to do our totems and then start summoning our ranged units on the board. Oh, you know what? It's this. Isn't this unit here? Oh, no, it's only for this one. There. So we got this unit here. We'll deal damage to our female unit, which in this case will be here, but it actually can take the damage. We'll do our totem summon. Okay, and then we will also... Yeah, we can summon another one. We'll summon another one. All right, so now we just need to deal with this, and then we can start going for our attacks. I know this battle has been kind of slow, especially since we don't have a lot of good destruction, but we do have ways to block with the board, and so that is why we're going with this particular strategy. So did they summon another one of these? All right. Okay, still poisoned. It's good. And we will summon another one. Go. All right, so as you can see, we did take the damage to our female unit, so in this case, our other Queen Anata was destroyed. This is fine, though. We do have both of these Marquis de Sades that will give plus health back to our Warlord when it dies, and then also the poison damage, which will be good to wipe out their stuff. So this will be destroyed by combat, but then this unit will be destroyed by poison next turn. Okay. Summons over here. And we need to block this line now. It's defensive against offensive. Yes, very much so. So as long as we don't take lethal, we should be okay. We'll summon the unit here with the high health. Block over here. They do have these extra summons that do give an attack boost to units with block. So in this case, they can actually help out these units over here. Summon this over here. Block for some damage. You can see their melee units are going to be getting plus health, which is enough to, well, it keeps this alive. Hopefully we don't take the lethal prince. I probably could have gone for attack boost too. This is okay. Okay, so they summon that range unit, the one that has summons around themselves, but they did not destroy something, so they didn't get the summons. They are poisoned, so they will be destroyed next turn. We actually don't need to do our attack boost. Summon another unit to actually block over here because they still have their skill to destroy stuff. We actually go for lethal this turn. Summon this over here. So give an attack to our nature units. Also give negative attack at the end of the turn to a unit. This one over here. We will be summoning Dragara next turn. Absolutely. Because at this point now, we have the entire board locked up. Even if they do their damage skill, they need to have a prince and then also give extra attack or something. But they can't break through these lines here. So that is why we're doing our stuff. And as well as if this unit dies, it will give health back to our Warlord. All right, so now we'll give our units an attack boost. And then we'll also deal some damage with the sudden death at the end. We'll summon the fake Dragara. And there we go. All right, so we got some epics, so that's cool. That battle took very long just because you need to set up the board in a particular way. All right, so we got some epic Angelia. And now we're going to do the Adam side. Let me just grab some water and I will be right back. All right. And we're back. All right, let's now do the Adam side. And I promise you, this battle will be much quicker than the other battle. All right, so let's take a look at the Warlord skills. So they have the spikes. These are the same skills that we had from last time. So spikes, the totems with the reflect damage to our Warlord, and then the plus attack to nature units. The buildings are the same and they're in the same spots. So we will start with, we're going to start with this unit first. So this unit, this is the one that whenever it kills something, it summons archers around themselves. We'll just summon it so we can actually destroy the building, then have some protection. We summon it here in the far left over here. So that way the summons that come around it can actually protect this particular unit. We're also going to trigger the spike skill early. So that way we can have our units be protected once we get rid of the spikes. We're just going to go for some early damage, and then hopefully we'll be able to swarm them the same way that they were able to swarm us. Ouch. Okay, so they summon the Bastet. The Bastet, when it comes into play, it deals damage to all units, and then also gets an attack boost, and then if one of their units dies, it will deal damage to us. 25. Okay, great. So we'll summon this unit here. It has 2 archers behind themselves. We can actually destroy the Bastet. Okay, so that's good. Next turn, probably going to be summoning this unit over here. Just trying to figure out where the spot to do it. We're going to be over here. Ooh. Okay, so they got the Queen of Nada over here. This is poison. Also gets the plus health whenever poison triggers on their side. So that's, see this over here. We're going to have to swarm the board early because eventually this unit will be too strong for us to destroy. So we'll summon this unit over here. The Prince, when it comes into play, it summons these 2 archers behind themselves. And then whenever it destroys a unit, it will summon a Squire that will help us block. At least block the damage over here. And then also gives our units an attack boost. The big issue right now is that we're not drawing any ranged units at this point. 3 of these units here are melee, so it's actually going to stop the amount of damage that we can be dealing to their Warlord. And so that also stops the positions where we can summon the melee units. So right now, we're really hoping for a ranged unit and then possibly some form of removal against this unit. And see a lot of poison damage over here. Okay, so we got this unit here that deals damage to a female unit. The only issue now is that this unit here is a female as well. You can tell from the symbol once you click on the unit itself. Let's see. Go for their damage. Yeah, take a risk. See what. All right, so we'll summon the unit here. When it comes into play, it gets plus attack for every unit that's around themselves. Like I said, it has the death trigger as well. We are losing some units because of the spikes. That is okay. Okay, now they have the totems. And if you're actually going to be playing White Shaman, I would not do these skills in the same turn. The reason why is because these totems, even though they do reflect damage to our Warlord, they will actually stop the spikes damage from happening. So that is why you want to at least wait for the spikes to finish up before doing it. Okay, so we did kill that unit. That's good. Here. Do another summon. That'll be, yeah, this is fine. So we'll do our storm. I just want to be able to destroy the totem in one hit. And then we're going to also continue. We're going to be summoning. This is fine. So we'll summon the unit here. It gets an attack boost for every unit that is on our side. And also has mental shield. We'll destroy the totems, so that's good. So now we're just waiting for the spikes to expire so that we can have our summons then stay alive. Otherwise, they would just die from the spikes damage. In terms of the board state, it's okay. I mean, we have the unit here with the decent health and the mental shield. Just right now, just trying to rush them as quickly as possible. So this unit here, that gives poison damage to our units, also heals when it dies. We'll do our summons and get some attackers, so that's good. We'll do our prince over here, get some more damage out in play. And again, we are slowed down just because we have so many melee units, and they also have pretty high health. And we don't have a lot of attack. That Bastet first turn, that was a pretty rough spot. If we didn't have that destroyed, we would have won by now. All right, so we got poison damage there. Oh, hey, I think we have lethal. All right, so we'll give our order units attack boost. We'll also summon our archer once again. No death triggers, so we'll just attack. And there we go. So that was the Atom side. All right, so we got some epic Strik, so that's cool. Okay, so Divine Arena is going to refresh in a day. So we can actually check back in on that on Monday. Yeah, on Monday will be cool. Okay, so the final thing we're going to do is, for today, we're going to be doing some Journey. So in order for me to do that, I need to actually switch out to the other account because on this one, we actually finished Journey. I need to have the videos for one. So let's, I'm going to sign out, going to go into the Sadboi account, and we will get Journey started. Let me actually some notes here for the Okay, so we just got to log out over there. Switch over the account. Hopefully you don't get locked out. Yeah, so you get locked out if you forget your password too many times. You have this, what is it called, like the autofill or whatever, and so because of that, it confused the two or gave the wrong password and kind of locks you out for a day or so. You kind of don't want to do, especially since on certain days we are. So here. Here. Okay. Be like one more. So I hate the loading screens are just in terms of the time. Okay, make an adjustment over there too. How are you guys doing this this morning? Morning, afternoon, whatnot. Let me here we go. Hey Cam, have how's the weather? I know that it was raining the whole week, and yeah, I have a pretty busy schedule once I finish the stream today. Has it been a while since I completed Journey on my main account? It was probably about a month ago or so, month and a half ago. Yeah, it took a very long time. I know for a fact there are going to be certain battles in Journey where I won't be able to win without having things like Hoodoo or Vanakuri. Those are units that summon the reflect totems that can reflect damage. So we'll see what we can do. I don't know. I mean, so the Journey also came out in a space that doesn't have Grace and doesn't have Arioch. Doesn't have Grace, doesn't have Arioch, doesn't have Eoster. So having these new units is another way to actually gain an advantage over the Journey. a Sadboi only for a journey or a full free-to-play account? So it's actually both. I haven't spent anything on the Sadboi account, and then also I use it as a journey fodder because that you can't go back. So journey switched in two ways. So one, before there wasn't really a journey thing. It was just more of you fight the same unit and the same warlord over and you get the same rewards. For journey, you can only, I mean, every battle is different, but you can only fight each journey battle once, in the sense that if you win, you can't fight him again. So it's kind of like Pokemon, where if you beat the trainer, you can't play him again, which is annoying because especially if you want to make a video, if you want to like gain some experience, you want to talk about battles. So that is why we have to go through this again. But we only have to go up until like midpoint of the last island. We do have everything from island number 9, chapter 9 to the end. And each one of those battles is detailed in the YouTube. Still saying that we are... Oh, you know what? I need to close the other thing. That's why. Let me see if I can close this one. I got to close a different unit before, different application. That is why. Oops. Oh, please don't say I lost the stream. So we can see Sadboi, Dark Tower, and Divine. So the Divine Arena is going to be the same on either accounts. I mean, it's not going to change. I'll tell you that. It actually... So let me take that back. So up to a certain point, things are the same. But if you're in a lower league, you'll get things like different fables and different world events with different requirements. But you won't get... So the Divine Arenas are going to be the same now, though, because we've already passed that point. I think it's level League 16 or 15, where both of the things are going to be the same. I mean, we just logged on to the Sadboi, so we can actually take a look and see if the Divine Arenas are the same. I know I did them as soon as they came out, just because for this one, we're just trying to get the units to help our squad so we can beat the journey. I know, but it's just I want a longer stream. Yeah, it's tough for me to go those do those battles again, just because I mean there's no extra reward per se, and I'm saying in terms of extra units and stuff. Yeah, it's the same stuff. I've already gotten the rewards and whatnot. It's enjoyable. Thank you. Okay. Oh, hey, we have some wish shop stuff, so I can actually show you our wish shop. So we're actually in League 12, and we wish for these particular units. So there's a weird thing you can do in Wish Shop. What you can do is you can actually, since you're not, what do you say? So when you choose your Wish Shop units, normally you would wish for things that you don't have. And actually for this particular account, because we just want to have one particular strong squad, we actually wish for units that we do have already. And so for this particular account, we're just going to be wishing for things that we already have so we can get the most copies of over them. Although we do want the Frost. The Frost does combo with our Order unit. And you actually can only unlock this in events, so that's why. So we're going to open our free chest. See what we get here. And we got some elixir. Yummy. We don't spend gems on Wish Shop because you're going to get either elixir or gems or guild coins, and that's something that we don't want to do. Okay, so now we're going to go on the journey. Just make sure that we have everything set. We do have our squad, what do you call it? Not our squad, but our Warlord ready. And we do have a Honeydew, which right now is the free pet. We're not going to be spending any pets. We're not going to be actually boosting that up either. So let's go on the journey. Whoops. All right, cool. So we're currently in Rondo chapter 1, which equates on the map to island number 7 over here. Rondo is the section, and chapter 1 is the number of here. All right, so let us check out where we are right now. We're currently on island, our battle number 21. We're going to do 10 battles and then close it up from there. We're currently facing Chloe Garkle. Let's take a look at their skills. So it has flight, meaning that it can only be attacked, as you see here, it can only be attacked by, well, it's the opposite of this. So it can only be attacked by ranged units or units that have flying, and flight can't be applied to buildings. And then whenever it's attacked, it will summon a Horo Horo, which is a unit that we don't know, but we'll find out. Okay, so we got these units over here. Okay. Not going to take a look at them too long. But as you can see here, and take their skills. You can always click on the description and they will actually tell you what those things are. Looks like they got a lot of chaos units. And yeah, let's go. I spent gems today on the wish shop. It was a complicated plan, but it semi-worked. Yeah, I mean, it depends. You can also wait for the, they have those, festive summons in the shop. So those things that they do allow for certain units to be summoned. So sometimes they do it with a theme. They'll do like, oh, it's all females, or oh, it's all order or nature, or something like that. Okay, so we will start with our damage pentagrams first, as we always do. And then we are going to start with our Masuras. Our Masuras, whenever they attack, they summon a copy of themselves, and then they can also get an attack boost whenever a unit comes out. On our side. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot about the flight. That's a big thing. So because this is a non-flying unit, and it is a melee unit as well, it's not going to trigger off that skill. I just blundered in the first 15 seconds of this battle. Okay. We got this unit here that has the Hellgate in front of themselves, also silence the unit. Right. We will. Okay, we're going to start setting up our stuff. So we're going to summon the Shamuna over here. This Shamuna, whenever it attacks, it summons an Eclipse Shard. That Eclipse Shard will give Mental Shield to the Shamuna, and then also protect the Shamuna, because when Mental Shield is gone, it will come back. We're going to do this so that we can set up our next couple of turns. We also summon the Shamuna over here because of the damage pentagrams, so that if they do summon units, it's most likely they're going to take damage. Any other thing? Okay, so you got this unit over here, this Madame Lotrix. Whenever it attacks, it will summon a puppet that will, as you see here, it will reflect damage and then also remove negative effects. But the shop summons, if I'm not mistaken, will not give new heroes. It will give souls of heroes you had already. That is, for the normal shop summons, they are, but the ones that they say, oh, it's a special one, like Order or Festive Summon, or it says a chance to get new heroes. Those are the chests. Those are the ones that do it. Right, so next we are going to summon our Grace of Rockfleet. The Grace of Rockfleet, it deals damage to a random unit 7 times, and then also if it does destroy 7 units, if 7 units are destroyed on the board, this will get 7 extra attacks. Okay, so as you saw, they have the Horo Horo that came out when we attacked. When it comes into play, it freezes one of our units, and then also has flights. And also, wow, it gives extra attack to Chaos units. So kind of don't want to destroy these, but at the same time, we kind of do need to get rid of them because of the flight. Hopefully the extra damage that we are dealing to their units will not only get rid of their stuff, but then also help us deal extra damage to their Warlord. Okay, so we attack with the Shamuna. It gave the extra shard over here to help us block. We are starting some slowdown just because of the amount of units that are on the board, which is not ideal. Right. Ooh, we got the Mr. Flap over here. That's not good. So Mr. Flap, when it comes into play, or whenever a unit comes into play on their side, it will actually give plus health to their units. So that actually stop us a lot. Yes, damage over there, so it's not too. Oh, we can get rid of the Mr. Flap now. So we'll summon our Bastet. This Bastet, when it comes into play, it deals damage to all units on the board. And then it gets an attack boost too whenever something is destroyed. Okay, damage. Got a random damage over there, destroys that, so that's good. We have our Bastet that got an attack boost, destroyed that. So now we wiped out their board, so that's good. And I think does she have 7 extra attacks? She does have 7 extra attacks, so that's good. So the big thing that is slowing us down, aside from the flight that the Warlord has, it also has those Horo Horos that are going to freeze each one of our units every time. So we need to make sure that we have a lot of units, so that way we can stop this Grace from being frozen. Random. I guess it's an event or something. Okay. Okay, so they got this unit here that whenever a unit is destroyed on our side that is not a chaos and not a building, it will summon another horror, which we saw it does do the freeze. So we will want to get rid of this. Let's see here. We have the random combat damage over. Destroy this over here. These units are female, so we can't really summon our Yoster. But we can actually silence. Not silence, but make sure our units are boosted up. So we'll summon our Yoster actually over here to destroy this flying unit. Okay. Have our damage, our random damage over there. Trying to get some more damage against this Hanako. Okay, so that's attack number 2. Come on, random damage. Oh, okay, it was stopped over there because we have only 3 units that they can freeze. The freeze does not stack, so that is why it's we know for sure that it is going to be freezing our units. So we summon the Yoster to get rid of the Horo and then also allow us to get the random damage for the Grace on the Hanako. At the end of the turn, our units will get plus health for every female that's on our side. So we actually have 3 females. It's cool. It also will deal damage at the beginning of the turn for every unit that is on our side. This boss keeps freezing my Grace, and it took me a lot of tries to finish it. Yes. Yeah, that freeze is a big issue. Fortunately, though, we do have some options. We would normally summon these sharks, but the big problem is that they are going to be summoning a Horo every time one of our non-chaos units die. So you don't want to summon this unless absolutely necessary. Which in this case might be now. So we have combat over here. We're going to be summoning our sharks, and they're going to come out over here. We'll do our summons. Okay, so that's cool. Yeah, we will do the Necro. Why not? Summon the Necro over here. To actually, yeah, let's get some damage to the Hanako for sure. Oh, we might actually have lethal too here. Oh, nope. As you saw, the Horos did freeze. But now we have our Necros, which we did summon. They have the extra Rotters that come out and play at the end of the turn. And then it can also give plus health to this unit and then also deal damage to one of their units. Try to give Grace more chances to attack. It's not so much the chances to attack, it's more the fact that we need to just deal enough damage to the Warlord at this point. And then also hold on to the board. Hopefully they don't find a way to break through here because we are going to be taking lethal if they do find a way to destroy these. We are... I gotta figure out how to fix the performance issues on these streams here. Still haven't done it quite yet. All right, so we have our Rotters destroyed at the end of the turn. And you see we got some damage over there. It's good. Let's freeze our... Oof. So this is unfortunate because you have this unit here that has immunity and also freezes our range units for a turn. So that'll actually stop us from attacking with these units. However, what we are going to do, we're going to be summoning our... we're going to be... No, we don't. We're going to summon something to at least block over here. So we'll do that. We'll summon the... Oh, I was going to summon the Prince, but this is... Yeah, this is... Yeah, as you can see, the since we don't have any flying units, that's why it's going to be tough. So, might have to be around for another turn or two. We can also win by sudden death if it ever does come down to that. I don't think they have any units that can heal their Warlord. I might do a refresh to clean up some of this lag that's going on. We can also just test a battle afterwards and see if it does disappear once we get rid of all these units. Yes, it is just a big stall battle. Oh, you know, we have a ranged unit. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah. Big stall. Big stall. So extra horror, but that doesn't matter now. Okay, so we got the victory. Let's see what we get. Okay, some epics, some coins, and some experience. That's fine. I'm just gonna test out a battle and see if it was just that particular battle that was causing so much lag. Yeah, I mean, normally it's supposed to run faster than this. Yeah, it was just the number of units that were on the field. That's fine. Okay. Ugh. Again. Right. Let's go back to the journey. Okay, so now we're on number 22. We're on Kull the Frightening. Let's take a look at their skills. So whenever our units have less than half of their health, they will automatically be destroyed. And then at the end of turn, we'll give negative attack to all of our units. Got this over here. Always take a quick look at the units anyways. A lot of nature units. Cool. And yeah, let's go. Am I drunk? And I see the past again? I heard that ghosts are afraid of steel. Let's try it. Oh, we are not ghosts. So we'll start with our damage pentagrams first. And then this time, as this unit, this warlord doesn't have flight, we're going to summon our Masora copies. So we'll attack, get another copy, attack, and get another copy. So this unit came out roughly a month ago, I would say, a month or a few weeks ago. And it gives those extra copies, also has plus attack. And yeah, they're just pretty good to have. So we have a decent number of attackers on the board. We also have decent health over here. Next turn, we have some options. We're gonna continue actually with our Yoster. So yeah, no, we'll continue with our floss. So our floss, it will give the extra summons. We're just gonna get rid of this building first. And you can see here, these units do get an attack boost for every unit that does come out on our side. Here. Helps out our copies, also get some more summons on the board. Okay, they did summon on the damage pentagram, so that's good. It's a little short for damage. They don't have something like an extra attack or deals damage at the end of the turn. We're going to be okay here. Right now, we're just trying to set up the board, make sure we have a lot of units available, and then we will be able to block and also get around some other units. Okay, so they got this unit here that has invulnerability for a turn. First comes into play. Also steals attack from units that are not nature at the end of the beginning of the turn. And then also when it dies, it summons 2 instant kill runes. We're going to summon our Yoster now. And we're going to summon it over here. So we can silence this unit. So no more invulnerability, no more attack steal. Deal some damage to this unit. And then since it's also on the damage pentagram, it will take some additional damage at the end. Or at the beginning of the turn, rather. For this here. All right. So in pretty good shape now. We have 3 units here with about 100 health. 4 units over here. Then we're going to have a lot of damage at the beginning of the next turn because we have a lot of units and we have a lot of damage. So 1, 2, 3. We can deal 32 damage, which is okay. Okay. Got this unit here that whenever it's attacked, it will silence the unit. Also gives health back to their warlord, and then also gets plus health whenever one of its attacks. Sure, we'll summon our Grace of Rockleaf. Attack boost. Some extra random damage. Okay. And see our Yoster is now silenced, so that's unfortunate. So no more extra health boosts and no more extra damage. But hopefully our Grace can actually get enough attacks once our units start dying. This is kind of how the squad works for us. We set up early with our summons, and then we can either give support with the Yoster or have extra attacks with the Grace. Okay, seeing if we have. Okay, So we have this unit here that will kill units with less than 25% of health, and then we also get their attack. It gets healthy with the attack, also attack steal, and then spikes as well. Let's see what we here. We got damage. Oh yeah, actually that wouldn't be so bad. We'll do our shark summon. Okay, at least set the attacks of these to 1. We'll summon our ranged unit to give some extra damage over to the Warlord. Then we're pretty close to lethal. Some random damage. Destroyed. Still destroyed. But because of how their Warlord skill works, where it kills the units with less than 50% of their health, it actually triggers first, and so because of that, this unit doesn't get the health boost. So now we just need to get one more attack through here. And this is also where the sharks really come into play. Oh boy. Okay, so well, at least now they have the scrap. Has a scrap with the extra attack. It also has the attack steal whenever one of our units dies. We are going to summon our Yoster to actually silence all of these units. Nice. Okay, and because we did give this an attack boost, it did have 0 attack, but now it actually has attack, so it can summon another copy. All right, so this is good. Next turn, we are going to be able to destroy at least 2 of these units. Even though they are gaining health back to their Warlord from the previous turns, we should have enough for lethal. I also see next turn that we will have our skill ready to give an attack boost to our melee units, which are actually these over here. So we will have lethal either way. There, combat here. There, we'll give our units an attack boost. You can see over there, and then we'll just skip the turn to avoid death triggers. And there you go. I'm not a ghost. Got it. Tell me, have you seen any people here? Answer and you can be free. Sure have before the war, but then they disappeared. Remained in the past. I'll leave and drink to them. Classy. Got some epic Tinker, so that's all right. We actually don't have Tinker yet. I'm probably not going to be wishing for it anyways. We're going to continue with trying to make our one good squad. Okay, so now we're on Crazy Troglodyte. Let's take a look at their skills. So at the beginning of the turn, we'll give plus attack to their units for every enemy on... Okay, so ally is them and enemy is us. And then whenever one of our units attacked, they will get poisoned for some damage. He's over here. Ooh, it's going to be annoying to deal with. And yeah, let's go. For those who are tuning in right now, we're currently doing Journey. Let's see what we got. So we have, sure, we'll start with our damage pentagrams. Then they have the poison as well. We will, okay, so these damage pentagrams are actually in pretty decent spots. We're going to place this over here in the, I'm going to place this over here. So we place this over here in the middle because it allows our adjacent damage over here to deal damage actually in these particular areas, as opposed to if we placed it on top, we'd only deal damage to this particular zone here. The only issue is, however, is sometimes the shards that do come up will come above rather than below. And if it comes above, then they actually do have a chance to break the Shimuna shield. But in this case, we did it, so we got some good RNG, so we can have this alive. So you got this unit here that whenever it's attacked, it will summon a copy of itself. It also gives plus attack to range, and then also deals extra damage whenever it attacks. We're going to summon our Yoster behind the Shimuna. We'll silence this unit. And then we'll just keep on going for some more damage. We're going to force them to have to block on this particular lane. So that is why we do the summons over here. I'm probably going to follow up next with either a Grace or a Necro. As like I said, we do want to continue summoning ranged units over here so we can get some more damage on this line. Also at this point, in order for them to actually stop the Shamuna, they would need to destroy both of these crystals, the shards, and then also get rid of the metal shard over here. So we're gonna see, do we need? No, we don't. We don't need to deal the extra damage. So we'll summon our Grace behind the Shamuna. Some combat over here. This Hellgate that we just attacked will summon a witch in front of itself, and so has a zombie at the beginning, but doesn't matter. Got this unit here that silences the unit that attacks. So in this case, the Shamuna doesn't get the extra shards anymore, but it still has the metal shield given from the shards here. So we're in pretty good shape. We do have the shark summons available if we do need to block over here for damage. And then also we do have the Yoster and the Grace available for damage. Lovely. Okay, so they have this unit here that when it's attacked, it will freeze the range units for 1 turn. So in this case, the Grace won't get the extra attacks. And deal as much damage as we can. So we will. Here, we'll summon our Necro over here. Get some range damage over to the Warlord. Our units are frozen, that's okay. We summon the Necro because of the Rotters. That will help us block, and then also deal damage to the next unit that comes out in play. The Old God over here does have immunity, so it actually won't take the damage from the Rotters, and it can't be targeted either. And it can't take the damage from the damage pentagram. So whatever units they end up sending, they will actually take the damage off the Rotters. Oof. Okay. So you can see damage over there to the Rotters over there. They got this unit. Whenever it kills something, it gets plus health, and then also as an extra attack before. We won't have enough to destroy this, unfortunately. We can, however. I think we have a nice little combo. The damage 16. I'm actually gonna see if we can do this. So 1. Okay. So we'll do our shark summon. We'll set the attack of this to 1, and then actually we'll summon our Bastet behind it. No, that is not Bastet. We'll click on it first instead of drag. We'll summon our Bastet behind the shark. When the Bastet comes into play, it will actually destroy our shark, but it will give the Bastet an attack boost. Oh no. And the attack boost will then be enough to destroy this melee unit. So on top of that, we will actually be able to deal extra damage whenever a unit dies on our side because of Bastet's skill over here. We also got rid of that Old God, so now we can have our ranged units start attacking, which we could have just won a few turns back, but this is fine too. So we summon the Hanako over here. It is on the damage pentagram, so that's nice. Okay, we will summon our Grace over here. Some damage. Then we actually have lethal over here. There we go. It was crazy Troglodyte. How crazy was he? Okay, cool. Let's move on to the next battle. Okay, we're now on Warder. Is that an F or an L? Warden Saffo? Sure. Let's take a look at their skills. Whenever one of their units appears, they will get Pierce, meaning that they can attack units in the same line of target. That's cool. And then whenever Pierce triggers on their side, they will deal damage to our Warlord. There's an F. Oh wait, Saffo. So, okay. Let's take units. They have an indicator of difficulty up top here. It's suggested it's going to be hard, but I mean, with proper planning and proper unit usage, you can get around most of these battles. All right, and yeah, let's go. All right, we'll start with our damage pentagrams, and then we will start with our Shamuna over here, especially on the line with the double damage pentagrams over here. So we'll try to do the same thing in terms of building our units behind the Shamuna because of the metal shield and the shard given. And then from there. Ooh, got this unit here with a pretty large attack. Large attack for every unit that's on the field, and a turn to also get an attack boost. We will need to find a way to get rid of this unit. Guess we can actually stall it for here. Doing some math here. So this unit has adjacent damage whenever it attacks. So we'll actually get rid of this here. Trying to figure out where else I'm gonna stuff. I'm gonna summon our range unit. We'll summon it over here. So you'll see the Shimuna attack. We'll get the shard over here. And then Necro Lich will attack. End of turn, the Rotters will come and play, and they summon 4, and so that's actually why we wanted to not summon in this particular row, so we can get the most amount of Rotters on the field. Ooh, that's going to be an issue. Okay, so they do have a scrap. The scrap will steal attack from our units whenever they die, and then also is the extra attack, and then deals damage behind, so that is why they were able to get our Rotters. Here. Let's just stop this unit for now, so we'll do summon our sharks. Set the units of attack here to 1. Then we will also summon our Yoster over here to silence this unit. We want to give some health back to our units anyways, which we will. They also give health back to our Rotters because the summons happen in this particular way. So this unit's skill is going to go first, and then this unit's skill is going to go after. Ouch. One was rough. So what happened was their Warlord skill did come into play where the Pierce did allow them to deal extra damage to our Warlord. So that is why. We will try that again. And hopefully not take too much damage off of that, those large units. So same thing, we'll start with damage pentagrams. Also, start with our Muno up here. Oh man, I haven't had breakfast yet. Oh, we're gonna get lunch soon anyway, so fine. Okay, so they got the Hoodoo over here. The Hoodoo has a lot of skills actually. So it summons a totem in front of itself. Also gives other ranged units that come into play a wood spike, which will actually allow them to protect themselves, and then plus heal to their melee units at the beginning of the turn. The totem itself reflects damage. It also gives plus attack whenever the Warlord is healed, and then also will heal any one of their units whenever they die. So let's at least get rid of the... we'll at least stop the Hoodoo for now. We'll summon the... this is fine. We'll summon the Yost over here to silence the unit. We're also going to get rid of the building. Okay, looks like we got some good RNG with the protection over here, so that's good. Our next goal is to either go for, well, we have 2 options. We can either go for damage to the Warlord, or we can stop the totem, so that way they can't start getting attack boosts, and then also start healing their units. See what they end up summoning for next turn, and decide what to do from there. Okay. Right. They have the attack steal, and then also the kill and get plus health to their unit. So spikes. All right, so we got damage over there. Oh, this is fine. Actually, yeah, this is fine. We'll do our shark summons, and then we will also summon our Grace of Rock Fleet behind the Shimuna over here. Okay, good random damage. We destroyed the croc. We did lose our shark. That is okay. I guess now we're just going for lethal instead of trying to deal with their units. So as long as we don't get hit for the massive 300 damage by either the Scrap or the Dragara, we should be all set. We're currently threatening lethal on this board too right now, as long as our units are not. Yeah, I think we're going to be okay next turn. Okay, so they do have the Scrap, as you see over there. As the attack steals. So we're now out of lethal damage, out of range for lethal, rather. We'll destroy the Scrap by, let's see. Does this have the 7 extra attacks? It does not. We have enough for damage. Not. So we will summon our... Yes, okay. So we'll summon our Necro. Deal combat to the Scrap over here. Okay, and just destroy it instead. I was waiting for the damage pentagram to actually destroy it. So that is why. Thank you. Yeah, I'm actually gonna I'm gonna ask my buddy. He also streams too. I should ask him some ideas of emotes. Get some feedback for that. Okay, so now they got this unit here that has flight. Also heals their Warlord whenever we attack their Warlord. And then also as an attack boost whenever a nature unit dies. Do we have enough for lethal right now? However, do we have the 7 extra attacks? We do. So we might actually be able to overcome the plus health given back to their Warlord. We'll deal some damage to this unit as... Oh no, we'll go for the... Because we're going to have enough random damage over here. Let's see, 7, 49, and just that's going to happen 7 times. So 49 times... Yeah, that should be enough. Summon our range unit over here. As you can see, we'll attack, and then they'll get health back. Attack, and they'll get health back. But we'll have these 7 extra attacks over here. Damage. Okay. Still plus health. Still plus health, but now we have all of our attackers now. Yeah. The journey just getting harder, but not gradually. It starts to ramp up in Island 8, or Chapter 8. Because then they'll do some pretty nasty things in terms of way that they affect their board that no other Warlord can do. I don't want to spoil it. I mean, it's pretty gross. I remember spending a couple of hours on some of these. Okay, so we're about halfway done. We're now on AO Cracked Shell. Let's take a look at their skills. So they have block. So that means that whatever damage we end up dealing to them, unless it's if it's combat damage directly, it's going to be minus 30. And then whenever they are attacked, they will heal their allies for that much. That is why we gotta do what we gotta do. All right. So again, with the heal over here, looks like they got a lot of nature units that we'll have to deal with. This over here, attack boost and poison. All right, yeah, let's go. Good day to you, if you can call it. Won't harm you. Just looking for people. Did you see any? AO has seen a lot of things, but AO doesn't want the youth to relive the things he did. That's why AO will stop you. Rude. All right, we'll start with our damage pentagrams, and then once again, we will... This time we'll start with our Shimuna up top. Rondo is ridiculous. Yeah, some of the... I like Journey in particular because they have different battles that you kind of have to figure out and tweak your squad and change your strategy. And so that part I really enjoy. I wish they would make more islands, and yeah, that's gonna be fun, especially since we have, you know, Grace and their new units, and then we, you know, they retweak some of the older units every once in a while too, so you can use those to tailor to your strategy. Okay, so they got the unit here with the large attack boost. They did land on the damage pentagram, so that's good. Do we have anything to... Oh yeah, we do. So our shard is actually going to come out over here. So it's just a matter of what we can do to these units. Summon our Grace, and then we're gonna take some damage, but that is okay. I would rather just try and deal some more damage to stuff and also protect our board. So we'll summon our Grace behind here. The Shamuna with the metal shield. The Shamuna will attack. We'll get the shard over here. Since we know that the shards can actually only summon in spots where there's nothing else on the tiles. So in other words, a building, a unit, or a rune or pentagram. So that is why we're guaranteed that the shard is going to happen over here. Looks like things are slowing down a little bit. So you saw the other skill come into play here for the Warlord. So whenever the Warlord is attacked, it will heal their allies for some amount. So because of that, we will need to make sure that we destroy their units first before attacking their Warlord, because otherwise they will never be destroyed. Ugh, what's going on here? Again, with the... I apologize for those who are just tuning in and seeing this. This is, you know, in terms of the lagging. Okay, so they got those over here. They got this unit that will heal their Warlord whenever a unit is destroyed on our side. Also gives regeneration to their melee, and then also gives plus attack whenever regeneration happens on our side. Okay. All right, so let us see. We'll need to get rid of these. In this case, we'll do our shark summons. Try to get rid of these buildings. We'll set the attack of these to 1, so that's good. We'll summon our Yoster next. Rather have saved the silence for later, but this is fine. We do need to deal damage to their units and then also get rid of other units as well. Okay, and then also too, as the sharks do count as a hero for the Grace of Rockfleet, we can get her closer to the 7 extra attacks that we will need to actually get through the block, and then also the healing for their units. Let me put a note there to ask why. Kinda. Okay, so they summon the shark here. Sorry, not the shark, the Danny Croc over here that has the spikes, also steals attack. Die. We have the attacks. We do not. We will summon the Floss over here so that way we can deal some damage to this unit. Also get some extra summons that will either allow us to deal more damage at the beginning of the turn with the Yoster. Oops. Or the extra kills needed for the Grace over here. Right here. Okay, so our Yoster is now dead, so that's not. See? Okay, their shark is now, or not the shark, sorry. It's the Danny Croc over here. So we just need to get rid of this Danny Croc before going on to the other damage to the Warlord. Do we have the 7 extra attacks? Still not. All right. It's so slow. Why? I don't know. Normally it's not like this. I think I might have to, yeah, I gotta clear the cache or something like that. All right, so yeah, as you can see right now, it's fine now, but if I do other things, it's gonna. So we will summon the ranged unit to deal damage to this over here. Okay, this is the unit that heals their Warlord for a amount whenever we attack. Oh no! This is not good. We need to find a way to. Oh boy. So they are perpetually healing. Oh, that's not good. All right, so we're actually not dealing enough damage with the Grace over here. This is not good. Okay, so well then for sure we need to survive long enough to get Yoster back to actually silence these units. Oh man. So see, this is the problem if you do end up having the extra attacks. We're in the best situation for our Grace, but it's also the worst way to actually, we need to deal damage to their units. Oh, you know what? Because our Grace isn't strong enough. That is why. So even on the extra attacks too. So if we're not destroying any units and we're not actually getting an attack boost to our units, then it's not really going to help out. I might actually have to surrender. Really sure. You know, this is actually getting pretty painful. I'm just going to surrender. I'm going to surrender. I'm going to do a quick refresh, and then hopefully that'll clear up some of the issues. This game does have memory leak things that does happen, so let me just do a refresh. We gotta do this now because otherwise it's gonna be 5 minutes of move. Okay. Is it going nowhere? Yes. It was going nowhere. Sad. Control F5 or normal refresh? Yeah, that would be the case. I just reloaded the browser. This browser, it does take a little bit of CPU issues. Also, the computer is also kind of older too. I'm gonna get a new computer next year. I just gotta find the right model. I don't know anything about computers. Usually people just, I mean, I ask my friends and they recommend stuff. They all know how to build computers and scope out deals, and I just pretty simple stuff. I just play the games. Go from there. They kept healing each other. Yeah, that was a big deal. For that particular battle, as you saw, if we destroy their units, they don't have anything else to do. I think also attack. So what happened was we triggered the damage. Well, we triggered the Warlord skill that healed their Warlord, their units. So if we're actually going to do that, we probably want to do that last, if anything. It does have a memory leak. I had the game die while away from the computer. Yes, it does. It does do the case. I think it's because it's built on the Unity or Flash. It's one of the two. I think it's on Unity. And after a while, you know, if you run them for maybe like a couple hours or something, they're gonna say, "Oh, the game froze," or I mean, this game has also been notorious for kind of memory leaks. Yeah, I put in my notes that I'm gonna ask the devs why this is the case. Game kind of freezes for a while. And I'm not the only person either. Somebody yesterday, they said that whenever they try to upgrade one of their units or Warlord or whatever, it either wouldn't let them or the game crashed. And see, that's not good, right? You want people to actually be able to play your game. You can see here, the thing is okay, so that box did. Oh, so rough. Okay, come on, come on, come on. So sloppy. Yeah, Hexed, what kind of emotes would you like to see too? Since you guys are still checking this out, might as well, you know, get your feedback. See what you guys want to do. This stream is for you guys. You know, I play this to have fun, but at the same time, I do it to educate and then also, you know, have fun, let you guys learn a little something as well. You know, just a different player perspective. Just don't use summoners like Floss because it will occupy your space and they may have 0 attack and then you can't summon other heroes. That is good too. Maybe, you know, if that is the case, we'll go to our squad and we will see if we have anything for this particular boss. So this is one of the times, as I mentioned before, where Journey does get a little difficult and you'll have to kind of tweak your strategy. And so that is why we will do that. We don't have too many units because this account is relatively new. It's like, I think it's like 3 or 4 months. We've gotten most of our units from the Wish Shop and some of the events, but we're still down obviously a lot. But it doesn't really matter at that point because if we have strong enough units anyways, then we can go around all of their stuff. As you can see, it is chugging along. Normally it just goes. This is. Maybe there are just a billion people playing Mighty Park. Unlikely, but. Never. Buddy didn't text me either. We're gonna go grab lunch after this. Ask him, oh, where are we gonna go? He didn't say. Do I have any silencers? Yoster, and that is it. I mean, Yoster actually works against most of those guys anyways, because those are all male units. Except for the Dragara, and was it the Mave too? That's the one that gives plus health back to their Warlord whenever a unit on our side is destroyed. Okay, yeah, we'll take a quick look at the squads and see what is available. Cut this out because they had. Okay. Okay, so these are the units that we do have. We do have a Legion, I suppose. We have this over here. Right. Could work for there too. That. You know what? I think we're going to use Mother Owl instead. Tesla and Necro, that could work. Yeah, that could work too. I'm going to swap in a couple things. So I'm going to take out this Prince. And I'm going to put in the Mother Owl. This Mother Owl actually gives attack boost to our units whenever they summon. All right. We will also, let's see, where's the Necro then? I don't have Red Woman. I do have Red Woman. This Red Woman deals damage whenever Vampirism triggers on our side, and then also gets attacked. So that's okay. So we're here. And then, oh, these are all female too. Oh, that's kind of cool. We don't have any more extra summoners, so new unit can also curse the Warlord. We could try that. Let's see here. So this one says whenever it attacks, it summons a curse on 2 random units, and then whenever a cursed unit dies, it inflicts a curse on the enemy Warlord. This unit's only level 1 though, so kind of hesitant to put it out, but yeah, we'll try that. What will make more sense? Summons over there. This one can actually give attack to their units, so that's fine. Yeah, you know what? We'll put in the new unit. I've never used this unit before, so might as well be able to test it out now. Make sure it's somewhat balanced, so that's good. Okay, let's try this out. All right, so we'll go back to Journey. We are, whoops. It said, oh, it's now very hard. And this actually, it says very hard now because we swapped in for weaker units. So yeah, let's try that again. This is with the new unit, the Grimory Nightchild. We've already gone through the dialogue. Okay, we will start with our damage pentagrams once again. And then we will continue with... Okay, I gotta remember this. So whenever we attack their Warlord, their units will heal. So if that's the case, we want to do this. We'll summon our Necro first. The reason why is because we're going to have our Rotters to come into play and deal some damage to their units. On top of that, we do want the blockers, and then also able to set up our board for the next couple of turns. As you can see, it is still lagging. I don't know why. And if their Warlord is cursed, you will attack any hero, you will deal damage to their Warlord. Oh, okay. That seems pretty useful. But if they don't have any heroes, well, I mean, it won't happen, though. We will continue on. We'll summon our Shamuna over here to block against this unit. This unit does poison damage to our units. Then also deals damage to our Warlord whenever poison does trigger. And we still have our Rotters in play to deal damage. We just want to get rid of this unit so we can stop dealing poison damage to our units. And like I said, our goal right now is to get rid of units first, so that way the healing thing won't be such a big issue. Oh, also too, yeah, I do remember. So that flying turtle, the Tortoise, so that one was healing their units. They were healing their Warlord whenever he attacked. So even though Grace had maybe like 1 million attacks, their Warlord was going to be healed forever. So we don't want that to happen. So we are going to be taking some poison damage, as mentioned before. They also have this Groot that comes into play and silences units in the same line. I like Gremory. I try to pour up top so she curses enemies before others. Oh yeah, that could work. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Again, I've never used her, so it would be that's good to learn how to use her. All right, so we summon the Yoster over here. Silences the Groot, so no more extra skills. Stays the block and then not the plus health. We're going to try and destroy this unit. Also give our units a health boost at the end for every female that's on our side. See over there. Okay, we just need to survive the poison damage to the Warlord. You can see it deals 26 to 32. So we can take probably like 5 or 6 more of those. We don't mind taking damage, but if we can't deal damage to their Warlord anyways, because as you see here, it does have 30 block. We need to find a way to have attackers. Let's see, damn. Okay, so it did land on the damage pentagram, so that's good. Combat will destroy this. We'll have our Grace of Rock. So just gotta figure out the math here. We actually don't want to trigger too much of the heal. We'll summon our Grace over. Ooh. Oh, we can actually summon the Grace on the bottom. We'll do that instead. So we'll do our Shark summons. And then we'll summon our Grace down here. Okay, so combat, destroy that. There. They did do the heal. We did not want to see. Ugh. Oh, that poison damage. Oh. If we can't get rid of this unit, it is going to destroy us because of the poison damage. We do absolutely need to get rid of this unit. Attack steals 15. Next turn, I'm going to be summoning the Bastet to deal extra damage to their units. And they have a Floss too? Crazy. That's poison damage, and poison damage. All right, we'll summon our Bastet over here. Gotta to destroy the. All right, so we at least destroy the Croc, so that's good. Okay, attack boost over there. And oh, you know what? Once again, we don't have this destroyed. We have the extra damage here. No, we don't. Okay, so even with the extra damage, we're still not going to be able. We got to destroy those next time. All right. Okay. Oh, okay, we'll try this one more time and see if this is going to work. So they do have the poison damage unit 2 and the silencer and. Okay, start with the damage pentagrams first. And we got to find ways to deal damage to their units. So start with those swords first. Start with the swords first because we want to destroy the other units first so that they don't get their heals. We'll have some protection for us as well. We're going to save the grace for any type of trouble unit that comes up. So whether or not it's that poison unit or the unit that gives health back to their Warlord, we'll use the grace for that. Rather than go for the extra attacks on the Warlord, we'll go for the extra attacks on the units instead. Okay. Right, that is not good because now our melee spots are filled. I'm gonna destroy this floss that will poison our units except nature. So actually our Masura copies will still survive. And how much poison damage? 12. Let's see. Start with our do our Necro over here to at least destroy this building. It is good that our Masora copies are starting to get more attack, so that's good. They also have block as well because they copy everything that is on their skills for every time the copy is made. I gotta think, where would be the best place to place Masora? Because we want to trigger the heals last. Probably towards the bottom as opposed to the top. So Danny Croc comes out and play again. That is so weird. Why did it just go quick all of a sudden once they summon their units? It was only when I started doing stuff on my side. Okay, so we're now going to summon the Eoster to actually silence this unit. It's actually summon over here. The reason why we're summoning over here is so that we can actually leave spots open for the Masura copies. Also, have some protection as well. We summon the Eoster to silence the male units, which in this case are both the Croc over here, also the Floss over here. So like I said, just waiting for a good time to summon the Grace, which probably is going to have to wait until the Mother Owl comes up. Summon another Croc. Okay. It's not good. Getting some damage at the beginning. How much damage can we actually deal to this? This is spikes 24 whenever one attacks. Ooh, this will actually be destroyed. Oh, well, we can actually destroy this first. So let us do that. So we'll summon our Bastet over here in the middle. And the reason why is because we're going to allow the Rotters to actually come back in front of it. And then actually when those Rotters die, we'll combo here to deal damage to their units. Taking damage from the damage pentagram. Good. So pretty much we're in a spot where we can't take damage from their units, but then also we can't really deal damage to their units. So we're just going to build up the board, as mentioned before, so that way we can go for some extra damage. Once we summon the Mother Owl, our units will actually have an attack boost, so that's good. Instead, they summon the Groot over here to silence our own units, so no more of the extra damage over there. Is this a flight unit? This is a range. Oh, it's a range and a flight unit. Okay, sure. Yeah, let's try it out. So we'll do our shark summons, and then we'll summon the Greymarie right in front. Let's see what happens. So how does this curse work? When it attacks, it summons a curse on 2 units, and then whenever a cursed unit dies, it summons a curse on the enemy Warlord. Okay. So did their Warlord have curse right now? It does not. Okay. One of these units have to be destroyed. See the curse. It says here the curse. Excuse me. A cursed hero takes damage when their allies are attacked. What does that mean, though? Oof. Right. So does that mean that they have more curses now? It curses 2 random each turn. When a cursed enemy dies, it attacks. Okay, let us do because we don't want this to die. So we're actually gonna do something kind of weird here. So we're gonna summon the Shamuna in the middle row, and it won't actually be able to attack because the shard actually comes in the first row. So you'll see something really weird. So it'll start to attack, and then the shard will come up. And so the absolute reason why we did that is because we're just going to try and stack the curses, I guess. And then also allow our Grimoire Child to be protected. I should say curses on attack. So if they block it, it probably doesn't count. I know that the text here, so it attacks. So in other words, if this unit gets miss, or I guess if it runs into an evasion unit, the curses won't happen. If it does say something like before attacks, then the curse will happen. So we just need to destroy some of their cursed units in order to get this skill going off. Okay, that's not great. Okay, we need to draw another Bastet to actually destroy their units. And as you see here, large amount of health boosts. Oh, and the silence is gonna. That's not good. Oh, wait a second. Do we have enough? No, we don't have enough relief. But you know what? We'll summon the Yoster over here to actually silence these. Give our units some protection. Okay, we can actually destroy this now. Or actually, no, we can't. What am I doing? I can't do the math. Okay, we have our copies. So that's good. Our units are still getting healed, and our Masura copies are still getting attacked. So let's see. Combat will destroy that. Combat will then destroy our Yoster. Destroy this. Still be alive. Could go for lethal here on this line. This is our only real attacker, if anything. Ugh. Oh, come on. So the Croc over here is getting a large health boost for every unit destroyed. Ugh. And I don't think we're going to have it this time around, because they already have a unit here that's massive attack. Right, so that is unfortunate. We'll have to check back in another time for this turn. We're only going to go do 3 attempts for the journey over here, just to keep it efficient. All right, so where did we end up? We ended up on 25 of 30. Okay, well, we'll have to beat the chapter for next week. So right now it says we do have roughly a month to get it done. Probably need to swap out Grimoire. She is too weak. Yeah, she is kind of weak, as you see. She's only at level 1. We'll make adjustments for that. So just a quick recap of today's stream. So we did some Dark Tower. We got 1 win off of the main account. We got 2 wins off the main account. Ran into some bad matchmaking. And, we did what we could. We still have a couple more days, so we'll actually have the videos up on YouTube for later. We also did some new Divine Arena. We had the White Shaman over here. If you play more of a defensive style, you'll actually win with White Shaman. And over here, on the Adam side, it's more offensive, so you can just do a lot of summons and go from there. And then we also did some journey as well. We got through 4 or 5 of the battles. And we're currently stuck right now on this AO crack shell. Has a lot of block and also heals their units. So hopefully we'll find some other units to break through their units. We definitely need more attack for sure. So it's just a matter of if we're going to get stronger units. High growth is going to happen in 2 weeks. So we'll be able to actually level up our stuff and go from there. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. If you guys have any questions, comments, feedback, or concerns, leave a message on Twitch, Discord, or YouTube. The content and streaming schedule is right down there, so take a look over there. Leave me a message if you guys want to see any type of videos, if you don't see anything that you're looking for, or if you want any type of different content. Jipoga mentioned that would like to see some different emotes, so I will look into that. I'll also ask the devs why the game was so slow in those battles. Maybe it's me, maybe it's them, who knows. We'll get it fixed for next week. And yeah, we'll take it from there. Please like and follow on Twitch for the live stream. Like and subscribe on YouTube for more videos if you missed the live stream. And yeah, we're gonna have some more. We're gonna have some more journey next week. We're gonna have some more world event stuff on Monday. Pit is actually so for on Monday stream actually, since we don't stream tomorrow. We're gonna have some more Pit. We'll have some. Well, Divine Arena will refresh by then. And yeah, we'll take it from there. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. You have a great day too, Text. And yeah, hope you guys have a good weekend. And stay safe out there. And the weather's good too. This is Happysplasher signing off.